Once upon a time, in a cozy little town, lived a young man named Theo. Now, Theo was a perfectly nice guy, but he had one tiny problem. He was incredibly lazy. His favorite activity was napping, and his second favorite was thinking about his next nap, while everyone else in town was busy working, planting gardens, or learning new skills. Theo would often be found lounging under a large oak tree, watching the clouds drift by. He firmly believed in the philosophy of doing the absolute minimum required. One sunny afternoon, the town announced its annual grand festival. This wasn't just any festival. It was a huge celebration with games, food, and a grand competition. The prize for winning the competition was a chest full of gold coins and the title of town champion for a whole year. The competition was a scavenger hunt, but not just any scavenger hunt. It required strength, wit, and a great deal of effort. Clues were hidden all over the town and the surrounding countryside. Theo's ears perked up when he heard about the gold coins. Wow, a chest full of gold, he thought. If I win that, I'll never have to work another day in my life. I could buy the softest bed, the fluffiest pillows, and hire someone to bring me snacks all day. It would be the ultimate nap life. The thought was so tantalizing, so wonderfully lazy, that it actually motivated him to get up. He decided, for the first time in a long time, that he was going to try. He was going to enter the competition. His friends were flabbergasted when he announced his decision. "Theo, you?" his friend Clara asked, barely hiding her surprise. "This competition is strenuous. It involves hiking, climbing, and solving difficult riddles. Are you sure you're up for it?" The word strenuous sounded very unpleasant to Theo. It means requiring a lot of energy and effort. He gulped. "Of course I am," he declared, trying to sound more confident than he felt. "It's just a little walk, right?" The day of the competition arrived. The town square was buzzing with excitement. Contestants were stretching, double-checking their maps, and looking determined. Theo, on the other hand, had just rolled out of bed. He grabbed the first clue and read it. "I have cities, but no houses. I have mountains, but no trees. I have water, but no fish. What am I?" Theo scratched his head. He had no idea. He saw other contestants rushing off in different directions. Feeling a bit lost, he decided to just follow the biggest crowd. The crowd led him to the old library. People were frantically flipping through books. Theo sighed. Reading was so much work. He picked up a random book, and by sheer luck, it was a book of riddles. He found the answer, a map. The next clue was tucked inside the map. It pointed towards the Whispering Woods, a place known for its tricky paths and dense foliage. The word foliage simply refers to the leaves of plants and trees. As Theo ventured into the woods, he quickly grew tired. His legs ached, and he was covered in sweat. "This is awful," he grumbled to himself. "Maybe I should just go home and take a nap." He sat down on a mossy log, ready to give up. Just then, a little squirrel scampered past him, its cheeks full of nuts. It ran up a tall tree, disappeared into a hole, and came back down to gather more. Back and forth it went, tirelessly working to store food for the winter. Theo watched the squirrel, mesmerized. That tiny creature was working so hard with such perseverance. Perseverance means continuing to do something, even when it's difficult. He thought about the squirrel's dedication. It wasn't working for a chest of gold. It was working to survive, and it wasn't complaining. Suddenly, Theo felt a little ashamed of his own attitude. He had a goal, a big one, and he was ready to quit at the first sign of difficulty. Taking a deep breath, he stood up. "If that little squirrel can do it, so can I," he resolved. He looked at his map again, studied the path, and started walking with a new sense of purpose. The path was challenging. He had to climb over fallen logs and navigate through thorny bushes. It was exhausting, but every step he took made him feel a little stronger, a little more capable. He found the next clue hidden under a waterfall, which led him to the top of Sentinel Hill, the highest point overlooking the town. The climb up Sentinel Hill was the most arduous part of the journey. The word arduous means something that is very difficult and requires a lot of effort. The path was steep and rocky. Several times, Theo's muscles screamed in protest, and he felt the urge to just slide back down and go home. But then he would remember the diligent little squirrel and the feeling of accomplishment he felt after finding the last clue. He pushed on, one step at a time, his breathing heavy, but his spirit resolute. Finally, he reached the summit. The view was breathtaking. The entire town was laid out below him like a miniature playset. He had never seen it from this perspective before. He felt a surge of pride he had never experienced. It was a feeling born from hard work, from overcoming a challenge. Tucked under a large rock at the peak was the final clue, which led back to the town square. He ran back down the hill, his heart pounding with excitement. He was no longer tired. Instead, he felt energized, alive. He burst into the town square, holding the final item from the scavenger junta, unique blue feather from a bird that only nested on Sentinel Hill. He was the first one to return. The crowd erupted in cheers. The mayor presented him with the chest of gold and declared him the town champion. Theo looked at the gold, the prize he had coveted so much. It was wonderful, but to his surprise, the gold wasn't the best part of his victory. The best part was the journey itself, the feeling of pushing his limits, of not giving up, of seeing what he was truly capable of. He had started the day as lazy Theo, but he ended it as Theo the champion. From that day on, Theo was a changed man. He didn't stop napping entirely. Everyone needs a good rest. After all but, he discovered the joy of hard work. He started helping his neighbors with their gardens. He joined the town's building committee, and he even started training for next year's competition, not for the gold, but for the thrill of the challenge. He learned a valuable lesson. The greatest rewards in life aren't the ones that are handed to you, but the ones you earn through your own effort and persistence. True satisfaction doesn't come from a life of ease, but from the pride of a job well done. Theo's story became an inspiration in the town, a reminder that even the laziest person can find fulfillment and success when they decide to embrace diligence. The word diligence means careful and persistent work or effort. And so, Theo lived a happy and productive life, proving that the journey is often more important than the destination. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. See you next time.